just remind us again about your organization, Mission Aviation Fellowship. What do you do?
Mission Aviation Fellowship is an international non-profit organization, and we use aircraft to get into isolated communities to help with disaster relief, but also to help with just community development, assisting other NGOs in areas that they need to get to that would be difficult to reach via road.
Now, we heard about very difficult terrain in Kathmandu and the surrounding areas there. How are you assisting with relief of the Nepal earthquake survivors, and how did you get involved?
So we have a disaster management team that actually, whenever there's a disaster, we round that team up and they're actually deployed to the area of need. What we do is we help with logistical support, so anything to do with aircraft, loading food, loading resources or relief. Our team does the logistical management of that, and they've also, for this particular disaster, they've got 2 helicopters that they've deployed, and that they will be working with other NGOs to get them into these very, very remote areas of Nepal that have been cut off from Kathmandu and other areas. As I indicated,
very difficult terrain, hilly mountains and so forth. The 2 helicopters, is that enough, or will you provide more to the Nepalese?
There are other bigger aircraft, helicopters that are available and are being used by other agencies.
Yes.
But the 2 aircraft that we're using are much smaller, and they will be going into the very, very remote, hard to reach areas, the areas that are smaller, have smaller ground for the helicopters to land on. So they'd be more specialized, these helicopters, and the pilots and the people that go on these helicopters.
Oh, wonderful. How is the conditions as we speak in Nepal?
I was reading one of the correspondence that we had from the team on the ground, and they flew out the other day just to get an idea of what was happening beyond Kathmandu. And out of like 10 kilometers out of Kathmandu, they saw that there were villages that were being assisted via road, but as they went further out, there were villages that had been completely demolished. There was nothing left of them. And they were able to land in an area where, and they were able to speak to, via translator, to some of the villagers, and their houses had been destroyed, and but they were saying, yes, our houses have been destroyed, but there's villages that are way, they're worse off than we are, and they showed the team where they were, and now they're able to get into those areas and assist. But I mean, it's frightening. They were saying how the rocks are still falling down from the mountain, and they can hear it. So there's still stuff happening in the mountain range.
Are you also suggesting then that there's more people out in the far in the areas that people can't really reach? That they're still maybe trapped.
Yes. Yes. And I mean, those people, I mean, if they were to try and get to Kathmandu, it might be an 8-hour trek by foot, trying to get to some place that will be able to help them. So there are people that...
How many people have you deployed now in Kathmandu besides the...
We have a team of 6, including 2 pilots.
And the 6 and the other 4, what do they do then?
There's the managing director of the team. There's just people that can help with logistics, you know, the admin side of the logistics. So that's what they would be doing.
What are some of the other organizations that you're partnering with in Nepal to bring relief to the Nepalese?
We're working with, I mean, it's just really the people on the ground, you know. It's Save the Children Foundation, the United Nations Humanitarian Air Services, we're working with them, and DFID, which is the Department of International Development, as well as MedAir. And then there are many organizations that are on the ground, so we will just assist them with getting to the areas. So if there's any relief or food or whatever, or doctors that need to go into the area, we will take them and we will assist.
Our Gift of the Givers, another organization, NGO, is also there, and they also had some issues that they need to deal with. Now, how long are you going to be based in Nepal?
I'm not sure of the exact amount of time, but I think it will be as long as it takes in order to assist with, you know, those people that are in isolated, rural, very rural, cut-off areas.
Your final message this morning, Maxine?
I think it's just, you know, we must just continue to work together as a country to help another country in need, and that's what MAF is trying to do. Is we're trying to get together and help people that have been devastated by this earthquake.
Maxine, thank you so much for joining us here in studio and giving us an update. That was the Managing Director of Mission Aviation Fellowship, Maxine Holman. Let's now